Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would do a Dollar Tree DIY Valentine's Day wreath. Okay, in today's video, I picked up one of these, what do they call them? They call them tinsel decor, but I would consider this a heart wreath, even though it's not your typical heart-shaped wreath. And I looked through as many of the Dollar Trees near me as I could, and I haven't seen any heart wreath forms anywhere. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen any, but I have not. So I'm going to use this because I looked at the back and it basically reminds me of a wreath form. And I'm just going to take these off because I want to make this my own. And also I wanted to point out too that even with these, sometimes there's major gaps. Like, let's see if you can, I don't know if you could see that, where you could see my hand right there. It's a big hole right there. So these aren't perfectly covered up anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and speed up me taking this off. Okay, so here it is all bare. I am also going to remove this because I want a better piece of ribbon, to be honest. And I'm going to leave this because I think it's fun to leave it. You never know. What if I decide to sell it or something like that? But, oh, I just noticed too, now that this is no longer covered, this is actually here. If you wanted to, you can go around and cut all these edge pieces off. I might actually do that from like these pieces and then these pieces down here. All right, I'm just going to make sure that my scissors will actually cut these off. Okay, and it looks like it will. Feel free to skip this step, but I don't want these poking out of my wreath. Okay guys, if you decide to do this project or recreate this project, I would recommend using pliers, not scissors, because you're going to end up ruining your scissors, and thankfully it's only the tip, not the inner part of this. And anyway, this actually will help peel them off better than using a pair of scissors anyway. So you just have to get a good grip of them, and then you'll be able to get the rest of them off. And hopefully I'll be able to clean this up some, but I make no promises at this point. So, okay, this is the best that I could do with these pieces remaining because once the top half is already gone, this doesn't get a good grip. It just slides right off. So, in either case, I'll know that for the future if I ever do this again, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next part of this project. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while and you have some idea of the kind of stuff I've been doing, I bet you saw this and thought, I think I know what she's going to do. She's going to wrap this wreath. And I'm here to tell you, you bet I am. So I grabbed pink burlap ribbon. They have this at every Dollar Tree I've ever went to. And I don't think anyone's really buying these. Not that I know of anyways. So I think I bought like 3 or 4 just to make sure. I don't even think I need that many. But if you are new to my channel, or just in case you are new, I'm going to show you how to wrap first. I'm not going to worry about pieces that might still stick out anyway. I'm not worried about any pieces that might still stick out anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and take this whole thing off the spool and then find the middle. Okay, so here is my burlap ribbon in pink. And I'm just going to, I've got it folded in half both ways taking from 9 feet, folded in half both ways. And I'm going to start from here. And I want the fold facing me, so we're going to turn this around. And if anything is poking out, I'm not going to worry about it because this is just going to be my base. I can always come back to this and embellish it, and I'll do that on camera too. So, all right, what I'm doing is first wrapping it around the outside bars. Okay, trying not to be careful because these things are poking out. If you have a tool that can burn this stuff down, just make sure you're wearing proper PPE. I don't have space for that. So, you know, my family and I live in a condo, and so we just don't have space for that. So I have to do things that are non-toxic and can be done indoors. So that's why I did the method that I chose. Anyway, okay, so wrap it around, and then I'm gonna do left over right. And then pull through. I'm not worried about a little bit of tinsel still kind of being in here. Okay, there's that one. And then this one. Okay, left. Or should I say right over left, not left over right? Yeah, this is the right side, so right over left. This is the right side, so right over left. Okay. And then I'm going to do the rest of it off camera, come back and do this side. Okay, so because I was trying to make this all nice and tight, this is all that one roll will get me, unfortunately. So the back is looking great. I'm going to go ahead and remove the plastic off this one and take this completely off the roll. Here it is completely off the roll. Here's one end. Here's the previous end. Gonna find the very middle of this, or half. All right, here's half. I'm just gonna cut it in half. Then I'm gonna fold these in half the long ways. While the glue gun is heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and open up another pack and then just show you on camera the one round on going on this side, and then I'll do the rest off camera, and then I'll show you how to attach this once this is heated up, and then I'll need to do another section of that as well. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Take this whole roll off and fold it in half both ways. Okay, so here is my other roll folded in half both ways. We're going to make sure the fold goes over like so, and wrap with ribbon over the bar, around and under. We're going to have to do left over right, actually, to make sure that that can get covered. I hope that makes sense. So I'll show it to you one more time since it's the opposite. So I want this side to match that side, but be like a mirror reflection. Okay. Left over right. Okay, I'm going to do the rest off camera. Okay, and we're back. Now we have both sides added on, and then we're going to attach ribbon to the one on the right. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one here on the bottom because I want to make sure it's not obvious that there's going to be some kind of a seam. I hope that makes sense. So I want to go over a good amount of it. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm just holding it firmly so until it cools. And don't worry about this part here, it's going to get covered. Here's the other ribbon. It was folded in half, but these burlap ribbons don't stay folded, and that's totally okay. So in this one, I'm going to do the opposite, and I won't need as much glue. And do it on the outside of this one, put it on the inside of this one, and hold it. All right, I'm going to let that cool, and then I'm going to cut the pieces for this one and do this one off camera, and I'm going to wrap the rest of both of these off camera. Okay, so I actually have too much ribbon, and I'm hoping if I cut this off and glue it to the back that I could use the remaining bits, which is maybe a 2 to 3 feet, and I can just use it for here, I hope. We'll see how that goes. So, all right. All right, I'm going to cut it to be long enough like this. And then this one, same thing. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side that I did to this side. Okay, here it is all wrapped up, and now I'm just going to hot glue the excess at the back. Let's start with the shorter pieces I previously cut. Okay, and then this side, I'm going to repeat the same thing. Okay, I'm going to cut the excess, and then we have still extra left over, and we don't have to open a fourth roll, so that's good. So let's take a look at it from the other side. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now what I was thinking we would do is, and you can call me nuts if you want, but I thought we might bring this back in and just use it to embellish the edges, because there's a lot of these gaps and you can see the original plastic bars, and I don't like the way that that looks. Plus, I picked out this particular color on purpose. You don't have to do this part. You could skip it all together and embellish it any way you like, but I'm just going to do this on camera. I am going to speed up the process, and I'm going to show you how it turns out, and you can decide for yourself if you want to repeat it. But I did want to point out that these do have the wire, so they are, you can mold them, shape them however you want. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start here and go all the way around the heart, but I'm going to go in between every 3, if that makes sense. And that way we shouldn't be seeing any more of this sort of brownish color, it kind of looks like on my end. Oh yes, okay, so I'm going to start from the bottom actually, because I want to have both ends meet at the top, and I want this to be long enough that I have excess towards the top as well. So we're going to start from the bottom. Okay, so I now have excess amount, so I thought I would do kind of like a meet in the middle, like hot glue here, and then hot glue there and cut off the excess. I think that would be pretty. And here I'm taking my heart-shaped LED lights from Dollar Tree and I'm stringing them through in the same manner as I did the tinsel, just to make sure that it goes all in the same spots. And this is just optional, but I go ahead and adjust the hearts when they're poking through the heart on the front side, because I want the pointed ends of the heart lights to be facing inwards towards the center of the heart. So I'm going to turn it around now that it's all attached. And so hot glue there and hot glue in the inside because just in case. Cut it about here. I have the remainder of some scraps from before. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to string it through. We're going to add this piece last. I'm going to string it through here. Maybe I can do... try to make a knot here as though it's still string even though it's not string. And then from this end should be more than enough to be a hanger now. Curl it like that and glue it to itself, if that makes sense. And I'm also going to glue it back here too. But first here, kind of making a loop, add a little glue. All right, hot glue. Okay, and then we're going to put this through. Okay, really quick, I just wanted to share that I decided to do the hanger differently on this one, simply because the battery pack causes it to tilt, and I didn't want my heart to tilt. So instead what I did was I pulled off the old hanger that I originally did. If you don't mind the tilt, you don't got to do that. But I basically wrapped it around one end around here, pulled it through, and then tucked part of it under this bar here. Hopefully you can see that. And then pulled that through, and then I just glued the two ends together so that it would stay, and it actually holds very well. And then this way I can actually, when I hang it, it'll actually lay or hang straight, and you'll see in the final results. And here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, as it really helps my channel out. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.